we are now here at Hirosaki, home of apples in Japan. Produces probably, well, I mean, the entire city is themed on apples, and behind me, lovely statue here literally showing the production of apples, and of course you can see the themed Hirosaki sign with apples for the O. But we are here today to try 3 different apple pies at 3 drastically... Oh, I guess we're not doing that. We are here to apparently eat every single apple pie that this city has to offer. Oh boy, let's get going. So before we begin, I want to just offer a few more details. Aomori Prefecture produces over 60% of Japan's apples annually, and Hirosaki City alone, within Aomori Prefecture, accounts for 20% of Japan's apple production. In fact, this dominance in the apple market has made Aomori a case study for how to generate memorable regional branding. With all of these apples, it probably comes as no surprise that the local government and businesses have seen this as an opportunity and thus launched the Hirosaki Apple Pie Guide. Now, this guide doesn't just have a few shops. No, it has nearly 40 shops spanning 5 pages with pictures of their apple pies, a rating scale of different aspects and components of the pie, and descriptors. Talk about absolutely obsessed. So with this guide in mind, Alice and I set out on our quest to try every single apple pie in Hirosaki. And our first stop was none other than Sabo Koko, just a couple blocks away from the station. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, as we would soon find out, we probably should have done a bit more research before we came. Alright, so here we are at attempt number 2, Hirosaki Siegfried. It's a bakery, and let's see if we can find the apple pie. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh, that's really good.
Mm-hmm. And the apple's not too sweet.
Yeah, but it's just pretty sweet. But no, the apple flavor comes through. I like it. Honestly, I would put it in A tier since it was a very good apple strudel, but for giving me diabetes, unfortunately, it belongs in B tier. Alright, time for the next one. Our second apple pie, or I guess our third stop, is Okashia Noel, which is I guess Cafe de Noel, and they have a beautiful apple pie. Oh my god, wait, is there a layer of jelly on top as well? Alright, let's give it a shot. Wow, I'm speechless. This one's very different from the last one. The last one was like about having some spices and like pastry. This one is all about
the apple,
emphasizing the whole pieces of apple and like apple flavor that's found inside. And well, I was not a huge fan of the gelatin they used to hold it together. For the sake of the impressively large pieces of apple, I'm gonna give it an A on a scale of 5 stars. I think the store should be around... Oh, I think I found it. Here we are at Vedevene. I have no idea how to pronounce these names. I really should give up on pronouncing these names. Very buttery, very flaky. This looks absolutely delicious.
Gosh, the pastry is so good.
This is so super good, and more importantly, the apple is still crispy. No questions asked, this apple pie stole my heart, even though I still don't know how to pronounce their name. Just like that cute girl I met on the train the other day. But for that, this work of art belongs in the exclusive S tier. I really should have bought my hand sanitizer today. Slight error on my part. Alright. Gonna finish the rest of this. As we were walking along, I realized, oh, this one is literally right here on the side of the road. Let's go in and find out what this looks like.
Yeah, we can do it.
What do you mean? No, okay. I feel that's gonna be hard to count with your hands, but you can do it. Alright. Alright. Delicious apple pie. Let's see how it tastes.
I feel like this one is unremarkable.
It's like a pretty standard apple pie. Nothing like you'd enjoy this, but it's nothing to write
Yeah,
home
no
about.
complaints.
Yeah. But nothing to write home about. Yeah. It was nothing to write home about, and don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with being plain and simple, but in this case, it just didn't stand out. Plus, the apples were mushy, and if you like mushy apples, you're wrong, so I had to put it in C tier. So while another bakery that we walked by was closed, this one was open, and this one was a full-on cafe with apple pie inside.
It's like super apple-y.
Okay, let's give this a shot. Let me put it this way, I think the aromatic portion of the apple is very strong, but then once you actually eat the apple, I bet the flavor is not as strong as I would have imagined for how strong the aroma is. Like, it's like, if you can imagine, like, if you had like an apple perfume and you like perfumed it, you like smell it very much, but then the taste isn't as strong as like the aroma is. I still feel lied to even now. How can something smell so good but taste so meh? My day was ruined and my disappointment immeasurable. Out of 100, I give it a C. Alright, let's finish the rest. We can move on to the next one. Alright, let's give this a shot. They put an entire apple in this, and the crust is very crispy. Okay. I know they say size doesn't mean everything, but there's just something so impressive about sticking a whole apple in there and saying, there you go, that's how confident we are that the apple will taste good. And it did, so I'll give it a solid B. But actually, thinking back, I did like the crispiness, so we'll bump it up to an A for our final tier list. Alright, so here we are again at the end of the day at Aomori Park, walking back to the hotel. Definitely finished a lot of apple pies today. Unfortunately that we didn't get to all 50 of them, but I think if I ate all 50, I would really need to go to the hospital. That being said, Hirosaki, very cool place, definitely a lot of apple themed products, and just in this area in general. Alright, that was Hirosaki. I'll see you all in the next one.